Yo, what's good, guys? It's Shidell, and today we're gonna try to finish the Clippers rebuild. Now, the Clippers are obviously one of the three teams everyone talks about being a title favorite. If you've been watching my rebuilds, you know they're not usually that successful. They tend to get first rounded by me or the other computer teams a lot. So we're on start today, so I can't really make any roster changes. So we're just gonna go straight to the playoffs. Hopefully I can come up with a coaching game plan that can win us the title this first year, and then we try to extend a dynasty. If not, we'll just try to retool the team for next year and, you know, come back and win it all next year. I think I already know what this team needs. I think y'all know it. We all know what this team needs. So see you then. LeBron ended up winning MVP, not Giannis. I've never seen that on a start today. Montrez with 6th man of the year. Okay, so our team is looking pretty good. We're the 2 seed going against the Rockets. So we're just going to make a quick game plan. You know, the Rockets are the type of team that I feel like could trip us up, but we're not going to let them. We're going to put Kawhi on Harden and shut him down. All right, Kawhi needs to be our first scoring option, then Paul George. Gonna play to the star. Kawhi, you need to carry us. That's the move. We're going to play at a slow tempo, really try to mess with the Rockets, of course. You know, offensive rebounding. Let's crash that glass. Actually, nah. Let's limit perimeter shots, play physical. All right, I think this is the type of series the Clippers would really excel in. Teams that don't have big men that can punish the Clippers, I feel like would really struggle against the Clippers. But yet, here we are getting bombed by the Rockets. Man, what happened here in game 1? James Harden, he only took 11 shots but scored 23 points. Kawhi, stop fouling this man. Is that Jeff Green? All right, I'm going to assume Jeff Green won't go off again. You know, this is a series I think the Clippers are really well equipped to just destroy the Rockets. But, I guess not. I guess we're just straight up not good enough. Okay, well, here in Houston, after we get swept at home, we win a road game. So maybe we'll go back to LA up 2-0. And then from there on, you know, we can turn the series around. Well, or the Rockets will just take a 3-1 lead on us. Okay, yeah, I don't understand this game quite so. We are straight up the better team. The Rockets, people, you know, right before the season was suspended, the Rockets were really falling off a cliff there, playing their weird small ball lineup. But we took it to 7 here in LA. This should be a Clippers win. And if we get to the second round, you know, I think, you know, we're going to go to the conference finals. The Rockets were just a weird team for us. Now we got OKC, another team, but a team that should be a little bit easier for us to contain. So obviously the big guy to worry about on this team is going to be Chris Paul. And we're going to put Kawhi Leonard on him. OKC Thunder. This is a series I feel like the Clippers are well equipped to take. Steven Adams is, you know, he's going to get a lot of boards on us, but he's not going to punish us enough to put them over the edge. So we should take this series even without quality bigs. Obviously we got Trez. Trez is a quality big, not saying he's not, but he's obviously a little short, you know, and he's going against another scrapper in Steven. I actually like that matchup for OKC, who we just rebuilt. And we're going to the conference finals to play, hopefully not the Lakers. We're playing against the Lakers, who are, in my opinion, a bad matchup for the Clippers. So the question is, what are we going to do with that Anthony Davis fellow? Well, we know one thing is for sure. LeBron needs to be guarded by Kawhi. LeBron's like one of Kyrie. I feel like every time I do an Eastern Conference team, we run into the Nets. I'm like, oh man, I don't know what to do with LeBron because literally anything I do, he can counter. He can literally counter any adjustment I have for him. And then Anthony Davis is going to be another problem for us. I guess we'll try Harrell. I don't know. We're going to double him in the post, like no matter what. We don't want to have to fight Davis. And then we got Dwight. You know, we got Dwight here. I guess I'll put Paul George on Dwight. I think Paul can kind of hold his own. Yeah, these matchups are weird, man. I don't know. I feel like I maybe am doing something completely wrong here. Kawhi, you gotta be big for us, my man. You gotta be big for us. Come on, Kawhi. You gotta protect the paint against the Lakers. Play physical and just hope this goes well. Here we go. I mean, we could win, man. The Clippers did win 2 of the 3 games they played in the regular season, but Lakers really kind of turned it around at the end there. I don't know. It just seems like a tough series to me for the Clippers. We narrowly lose game 2. Game 3 here in Clipperland. Now, 2K is going to give us an artificially big home court advantage. In real life, I think the Clippers wouldn't really have much of a home court advantage in this series, if at all. Just living in LA, man, there are a lot more Laker fans. But hey, it's now tied 2-2. We got all the momentum. And it looks like, you know, we might take game 3 over the Lakers here. We win by a point. Okay, so we're up 3-2 over the Lakers, back in Clipperland. Whole different arena, whole different vibe. You know what I'm saying. And we actually go to the finals against the Nets, who are another team I think the Clippers are really well equipped to take on, even if they're healthy. So here we go. I will say, I don't think Kawhi has ever really been able to stop Durant that much. I feel like Durant's one of those guys, like, if he has a bad game, it's really more because he did something wrong than you did anything good. I don't know. That's how I feel. And then the question is, who do I want to guard Kyrie with? I feel like Beverly is obviously the move here. I guess I'll save Paul George for another one of their bigger players. And then I guess I'll guard Karis LeVert with Paul George. They're playing two centers, which is going to make this really hard for us. Neutral defensive focus, defensive aggression. We have to be physical. We're going to have to crash the glass. We're playing a patient offense. We're going to turn this into a half-court series, and I think we got this. I think the Clippers are better than the Nets through and through, so I think we're going to win this series. And I'm actually surprised how good we're doing because I've actually tried to record this video before, and it went so poorly, guys. I lost in the first round 5 straight years. I just said, you know what? I got to give it a second chance. And here in attempt number 2, I learned from my mistakes. I've coached the team differently. And, maybe we're going to win the finals this first year and try to build a dynasty. But right now, the Nets are going to sweep us in Brooklyn. So it's 2-2. Going back to Los Angeles, things are looking a little grim here. The Nets might have figured us out a little bit. All right. And we are now up 3-2, so if we can close this game out in Brooklyn, we won't be able to. It's a game 7. It's our second game 7 of the playoffs. Here we go. And the Nets actually beat us. So this team needs some help. We do need to fix this team up a little bit. We lose in 7 to the Brooklyn Nets. That would be an interesting end of the series if Durant came back and Kyrie came back and they ended up winning. So we don't have our draft pick this year, so I'm just going to forego drafting. I think I might have a second round pick. Computer's a good second round pick drafter. Willis Kelly, I trust you. A team player option. Obviously, we're going to accept Landry Shamet. I think he's a big part of our future. Qualifying offers to Amir Coffee. I like coffee. Coffee is delicious. In fact, I have some with me right now. So a lot of our tradable pieces are unfortunately free agents, Reggie Jackson and Marcus Morris. I'm going to try to bring everybody back, especially Trez. All 3 of those guys agreed to come back to the Clippers. Great news for us. Now we don't really have any cap space. Let's see if there's any affordable players we can snag. Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson is a 6'9" center. Why are all there's so many short centers, man? I don't want a short center. We're going to make a trade when the season comes through. We're going to have to make a trade. We need some more size. I think the 2 things this team really needs is a ball handling guard other than Lou Will, because Lou Will is actually kind of, he's fallen off. He went down 5 overalls there, so we're going to want to trade Lou, actually. I want to trade Zubac, too. I want, like, a real center, if you know what I mean. So the Hornets will give us Devontae Graham and Cody Zeller. Devontae, he's a nice 3-point shooting point guard. He averaged 7 assists last year. I didn't even realize it was that high. So, good ball handler we could use on this team. And Zeller, he's a good backup center. I don't know if Zubac is better than Zeller, I'll be honest. Zeller's got C+ post defense. Zubac has C+ post defense, A rebounding, A- rebounding. Maybe Zeller really isn't the move, but I like picking up Devontae Graham, so I'm gonna go ahead with this trade. I really don't think Zubac is all that, to be honest. All right, we only have 1 camp. Wow, that is disappointing. I'm gonna send it to untapped potential, actually. And over the course of the year, I want my man Devontae Graham to get better. I actually want him to be a part of our future, our starting guard. So our lineup is Devontae Graham, Paul George, Kawhi, Morris, and Harrell. And then off the bench, we got Beverly, Zeller, Reggie Jackson, and Shamet. Yeah, I'm not in love with the roster we have right now, so I'm going to sim to January 16th when I can trade some of these guys, and let's see what kind of moves we can make. All right, we're 29-9, about where I expected us to be. Puts us at the 1 seed right now. Lakers are not doing good, which is good for us. The Suns are hanging around, though, as a 7 seed. Thankfully, not an 8 seed, but they're contenders for that 8 seed, which is scary. We don't want to play the Suns in the first round. That never goes well for us. So let's see what kind of value Morris has. Ooh, Al Horford, who, he's looked really sluggish on the Sixers this year. I don't know if that's really the trade we want. Draymond at a 78 overall, again, and not his salary, not really what we're looking for. Prime Draymond would be awesome on this team, though. So I personally like this trade of Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk can shoot the 3. It's another big body for us to have down in the paint. Duncan Robinson is basically a better Shamet at this point in his career, so that's an upgrade on our bench, and I think the size is a helpful thing on our starting lineup. So I'm going to make this trade right now. Then I'm going to trade Reggie Jackson. I'm not a fan of Reggie Jackson's game. I only really re-signed him for the asset. Sounds kind of cold when you put it that way, but we can get my boy Christian Wood. I trade for him a lot. Boom, I don't even need to start Kelly Olynyk at the 4 if I've got Christian. And Magruder, obviously 29 years old, 71 overall. I'm not really losing much there. there. Although I do like Rodney McGruder in real life. He used to be on the Heat. He was pretty good on the Heat. All right, we got Graham, Paul George, Leonard, Christian Wood, Montrezl Harrell. I already like this lineup a lot better than last year's. Christian, he can shoot it. He's 6'10". He's got the size. He can rebound a little bit. I think this just works better for us. And now our bench is Zeller, Beverly, Olynyk, and Duncan. Honestly, maybe we have value with Shamet and, Zeller. We can get even better. This is the type of team that we got to win now, because Kawhi and Paul George can opt out of their contract and they could just be gone. So we need to have the best roster possible. We just got to win the title. Like there's no like long-term type of trade we're looking to do right now. It's now or never with this team. All right, so I'm going to do this trade with everything I just said for Favors. I like Favors a lot more than Zeller, even though I know Favors isn't the tallest of centers. Alec Burks, he's aight. If he's going to be our 9th man, then it's a whatever trade. So this is why I'm doing that. Again, it's all about win now. We don't have a choice. We're going to win now. That's when we're going to win. So same starting lineup, but we got Favors, Beverly, Burks, and Olynyk coming off the bench. I like this bench. In fact, I'm wondering if there's any way I can get minutes for Duncan. I actually like Duncan more than Burks just because of the shooting. Maybe we'll go to a 10-man rotation, but we'll see how the team does for now. Probably go to the trade deadline, and if we need to make a change, we'll make a change. So see you then. All right, so since my trades, we have gone 10-3. The team is still doing pretty good. Am I allowed to trade anyone? I've just traded for Burks. Can't trade him. So I'm just going to assess Beverly's trade value. Just, why not? Not seeing anything I like, so we're keeping him. Awesome. All right, so I'm not going to make any trades. I like the team. We're going to the playoffs. I hope this goes well for us. I'm nervous. Okay, we finished the year 65-17. Despite that, y'all know I'm not going to get any All-NBA guys or an MVP. Steph is the MVP, but he did average 33. 7-9. That's a really good season for Steph. Kawhi Leonard with the Defensive Player of the Year. Our guy Kawhi averaged 24, 8, and 4. Kawhi, we need a little more from you in the playoffs, my man. And we actually did. He made All-NBA 3rd team. So we're the 1 seed. Oh, no. We're going against the Pelicans. They got Lonzo, they got Ingram, they got Zion. Zion is really the only guy on this team I'm terrified of. I think this team doesn't match up well with us. I think Zion will be a lot for us to handle, but I'm going to put Kawhi on him. And, usually when you put Kawhi on somebody, they don't score as many points as they normally do. So that's a good game plan for us to win this series. Game 1 against the Pelicans, who, they're really well-rounded. They're also really young. And, Pat Bev and Lonzo, that has not gone well for Lonzo, at least from what I remember. To be fair to Lonzo, I only really remember that first career game of his, and I don't know how any of their other matchups went. All right, Game 3. We're going to New Orleans now, and we're not here to party on Bourbon Street. We're here to catch a dub. Game 4. Again, we're not here to party. We're here to get a clean sweep. Let Kawhi rest those legs because they're tired. He needs to load manage. And now we're going against the Lakers again. And let's see. Were they able to re-sign their guys? I know they're going to have trouble re-signing Dwight. They don't have Dwight. They don't even have JaVale. So their big center advantage over us is gone. They still got Davis and LeBron, though. So we're still going to have to game plan for that. So the Lakers. Let's see. Obviously guarding LeBron. Got the same settings as last year. Davis. Guess we'll guard you with... Trez does not have the greatest defense stats. But we're doubling Davis. We're doing everything we can. We got our team. We got our settings. We beat them in 6 last year. I think we're actually going to do better against them this year. This year we have home court. We have more size than we did last year. That was their big advantage over us in the initial year. So we win both games in LA, and now we're going to LA. I think if we win this game 3, we're going to comfortably win the series in 5. The games have been closer than the series might indicate. I think we're up 3-0, but we only won that game by 4 or 5. And we actually clean sweep the Lakers. Wow. Okay. Going against Dallas, who, wow, I like that matchup for us. I think Dallas is not equipped to handle this Clippers team. Luka, who better to guard Luka with than Kawhi Leonard? And now time to do all this stuff again. All right, Dallas Mavericks, here we go. They're a scary team, though. Luka makes them a very, very scary team. And they whooped us in game 1. Let's see if they'll kill us in game 2 as well. All right, no, game 2, we're coming out strong. It's a bit close for comfort, but we won. Going to Dallas, come on now. I think we're the better team, we're the 1 seed. Lost by 3. All right, this is a must-win game 4 in Dallas. I believe in the game plan, and the game plan has failed us. So we need to change things up. All right, come on now. Come on, Kawhi. We need a big game from Kawhi. We changed the game plan to limit the perimeter shots, and that had a huge payoff there. Let's see if we can come back. Maybe that one little adjustment is all we needed. Oh, it's a close game, but we win. Force that game 7 in Los Angeles, man. We're limiting these perimeter shots, and we won. That was a really easy fix. Wow, I can't believe how that worked. Okay, Clippers 76ers. Their logos are very similar. Their teams are very different. This team's actually playing Ben at the 3. That makes sense, but they got Livingston, who's not really a shooter. This team doesn't have a lot of shooting. We're gonna pack the paint. All right, let's make a game plan and let's put this rebuild to rest. Game 1, we've made a hefty game plan. Sixers don't have a lot of shooting, but they got a lot of size. That's a big advantage for them. And then in game 1, that advantage paid dividends. But in game 2, come on, their lack of spacing has got to hurt them at some point this series. We narrowly win game 2. I don't like the way this series is looking, man. They beat us in game 1 handily. We barely escaped game 2 with a win. And we actually win game 3, though. So despite, I feel like we've been outscored over the course of the whole series, but we're up 2-1, and now we're going to be up 3-1. So maybe game 1 was the fluke. Or maybe this game is showing me that game 1 wasn't a fluke. We won the series. We won. Hey, so a relatively difficult rebuild for how well positioned the team was. I feel like the Clippers sweep, win in 7, win in 5. That's how it goes. Hope you guys enjoyed this Clippers retooling. It's really more of a retool than a rebuild. We kind of shuffled the role players around Kawhi, George, and Harold to make it work, but we kept the big 3 intact, what I consider their big 3. Obviously, Lou Will is the man, but he was falling off in 2K. This is a 2K rebuild, not a real-life V rebuild. They're different. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like below for more rebuilds, subscribe for more rebuilds, and peace!